Grand
Don't worry, I add all the
reveal.
confetti in post, so you'll get a grand reveal.
That's so
Listen, you calm
cute.
down. Don't you get enough grand reveals with your whole solo bougie setup? Don't you just want to be a humble person here?
No,
No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
definitely
We like
not.
doing that.
No, I love like I guess in the topic of like how do you make your own space like in different venues is kind of just not putting on like a full personality because I've never come out as like hello darling like that kind of thing. But I think just when you get on stage just to have like that like set confidence like I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am, but like let's take this journey together and it's going to be fun if you just allow that to happen kind of feel.
I love that. But for some reason, when you said "hello, darling," it just reminded me of is it Hannibal Lecter? He's all "hello, Clarice."
Ew. Oh, that is exactly what I was going for. How did you know?
Oh my God, you guys.
I'm sure you weren't going for that. You're probably going for like more. What
No,
was it?
that's what I'm
Morticia
saying.
Adams
That's
type
what I'm saying.
vibe.
Like, oh my gosh, that is like the opposite, but that's
Darkest gigging
amazing.
solo episode
That's
ever.
where your mind
I have problems.
would go.
Don't. I'm real sorry.
You should see her
Rick, I'm
decoration
very
and her.
here.
Do you have
Yeah,
a spooky tattoo too, Christine? Is that right?
I do. I have like haunted house tattoo. I
Oh,
don't know if you can see that,
one of my
but
favorite music
uh,
videos that I made is all around Halloween. Like I
Ah,
love scary movies and horror and all
yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
that's like my vibe.
that's my jam, man.
Yeah.
Spooky. I love all that stuff. It's probably because I'm a nerd and, I'm just embracing who I am.
Nerds are cool.
All right.
All right.
I've got both windows up. I can see most of you guys.
I'm gonna just
I can
pop over to my mom, who will be joining us.
Honestly, I want to make myself smaller. I want to make you guys bigger, but I can't seem to show full video.
Um,
There we go. Finally. Technology. Technology is such a pain sometimes. Oh,
Okie dokie. Make sure that that's muted. Please be muted. Sorry, just making sure we're not gonna. There we go. Good. Just make sure you're not gonna hear like echoes of us in the recording. Aw, it. BVK or Bink is here from Holland.
Oh, hello, Holland.
from Holland.
Okay, and I just let my mom know we're doing this too.
Yay! No, I love that.
Oh man. Hello, Bink. How's it going? All right, got this here, and I should have.
What up, BBK?
There we go. Okay, so we're gonna be
You know
doing.
what? I don't think I saw BVK on my live stream last night, and I remember thinking, "Where is BVK?"
Mm.
Yeah.
And I almost said something about it, but then I thought, well, maybe he doesn't, But it was weird. I noticed it. I feel like I didn't see him, but I was having trouble with my iPad, so it could have been something like that.
And we have Nanda here from Brazil.
Hello from Brazil. I was just asking Noah if he had the opportunity to go anywhere in the world. Where would he want to go? And his first reply was Brazil.
Oh, very cool.
Oh,
And
main mom in the chat.
That's my mom.
Yay, Mom! Hi!
Oh man. Oh, see, okay, I thought I didn't see you there. I was like, man, he's usually here like every time. Hey, you take care of yourself, BBK. I would be bored of me, honestly, if I were everyone. I'd be like, listen,
I'm
I don't
actually
want a
vaguely
secret
concerned
team.
when it's like 10 o'clock local time and BVK tunes in from Holland. I'm like, have you slept at all?
Yeah, I do. I wonder that sometimes. I'm like, do you guys get any sleep ever? Like,
I get
shoot.
I actually get a lot of the early morning in France suddenly. Like Coco tuned into my stream at the end of my stream last night because I was playing at like 10:30, 11. And yeah.
I've noticed a few folks from France in my stream as
I
well,
think they might
actually.
just run an earlier day so it's like
Mm.
normal morning for them.
Yeah, and I try to catch Nullabye, but it has to be like 1 o'clock in the morning for me to catch him. So I'm usually like watching him on the way home from a gig,
Yeah.
or like I just lay down in bed and I'm like, hey, let's see what Nullabye is doing.
Yep.
So
Same. When I'm in the
Yeah.
editing chair, it's a lot of Nullabye when it's late at night. It's...
yeah.
Folks, I want to introduce my good
lots of
friend
hearts.
Olivia. Dawn is here, Dawn Woody, and so
Hello.
we're going to be doing. We're going to episode. We figured we'd not hide the guest this time. We're going to hide her before we start the recording, but we'll give people a chance to come in and say hello. So
Hello.
Olivia can say hi to people. Olivia's visiting my area from the LA area, also in California, for those folks who are not familiar with California geography. So yeah, these are a lot of these folks who are tuning in are our moderators when we do our live streams.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So in fact, Taz was let's see who last night I had Taz, Rick, Rob. I'm trying to remember who else. Scott B showed up my my stream as well. Christine,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott's really nice. He's a cool guy.
another
Him-
Arkansas
have you
musician.
seen his burger challenges?
No, I've heard
Burger
about them.
challenges.
He's literally like blown up on his TikTok because he goes around and eats a burger from everywhere in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and like rates it, and it's hilarious to me because I'm like, some of them burgers probably aren't very good, but he's nice about it,
He's doing the
very
work for the
respectful.
people.
He's like, "Yes, boy."
Yeah, yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
gotta test it.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a nice guy.
Thank you for your
I
service.
like him.
Oh man. Well, so we're gonna probably kick this off pretty soon. I know you got to get back to your kiddo at some point.
Yeah, he's chilling, but yeah.
Just chill. Okay, sweet. Yeah, like usual-ish time, like an hour and change is usually where we end up with something like that. We saw the Rob episode. It's gonna go faster than it went with Rob because one of the things we've noticed is we're behind the scenes we're using Google Meet, and if you have more than 2 people on the call, it like cuts you off.
Oh, okay.
After a while, so we had to keep restarting the chat. Now we've fooled it. It thinks there's just 2 of us, but there's 3 of us. So it should
Yeah.
not. Fingers crossed. It should not disconnect us.
Perfect.
Yeah, Google. They're always trying to get you some way to pay for something. Yeah, it's like, come on. All right, well, just tell me when you want to
All
start.
right. Well, I'm
jumping
gonna
in and-
hide our guest, and yeah, let's start the recordings here. So let me turn this guy on, and hopefully it's gonna behave. So I have a new cable here, but I checked it earlier. It appeared to be recording things. There we go. Good. Now, if you have one of these or not, this is a useful little recording device.
That is cool.
I think I'm gonna eventually just start recording on my Zoom H6 or H8 or whatever I got. Safe space on my computer.
Mhm.
I'm actually
Dumb
surprised by the
dude.
or whatever. You're usually so good at remembering the details of everything, like exactly the color of the thing you have too. Your Seafoam green HX Stomp, and what's the other one? Space Gray.
I don't even have that one anymore.
I know. But
I switched over. Now I've got that Pod Go. Oh man, I finally felt like I dialed in my guitar tone well,
Ooh.
but I switched to my Telecaster this weekend, and I don't know. It felt the most right that it's felt. So
cool,
I'm gonna stick with the Telecaster from now on.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so Christine will kick things off, and so Olivia, I'm gonna try to keep that up in the upper right, so it's kind of naturally in the direction of the camera. I know you're getting a tiny Christine over here.
Yeah.
But we'll kick things off with I'm Rick Sanders. Follow from there, and then 3, 4, 5 minutes in, we'll introduce our guests and kind of get going from there. And yeah, Christine, jump in wherever, because of course I've talked to Olivia a lot more than you have, and we'll go from there. And Scott B Music is joining us from Arkansas, so we'll say hello to Scott before
Hey.
we are going to try to focus on the episode. But yeah, hopefully this is going to be a really fun one. We have a guest, Scott, but you'll see her in just a few. Okay, so we do the snap, Christine.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and hit record. So I'll snap.
Hi, I'm Rick Sanders.
And I'm Christine DeMeo. Welcome to Gigging Solo. Rick, what's been going on in your life, man?
it's there's a curse. May you live in interesting times. Is that like an old Chinese curse? And I feel like things are very interesting right now, and it is actually really fun, honestly. I know you've been doing a lot of band stuff, and I typically do a lot less of that, but I've had a couple different like collaboration opportunities lately that have really been mixing things up. And while I enjoy playing with other people, it does have a lot of demands on learning material and getting out of my comfort zone, going to rehearsals, which I don't usually have to do. And so I've been really busy on all the stuff that does not literally make music, but is necessary to make good music. So yeah, I had a fundraising event I did with another duo. So it was me and a separate duo was hired, and then we joined forces and did a trio thing. And then next week I have a
Nice.
gig with Todd Jones, so with Mr. Jones and me. So I get to play looping with another person. Actually, in all those cases I do. So it's been,
Mr.
which of
Jones.
course we
Sorry.
do. We have to do that song. So that's just the way it
Yeah.
goes. And his name is Todd Jones, so it's the name of the band is or the duo is pretty easy.
I love that. That's great. That sounds like a really fun time, actually.
It was, yeah, no, both were. The other duo or a duo called the Song Gardeners, as opposed to Soundgarden. I
Mm.
always have to kind of pause and say it correctly. And so we did a few songs together, and they are a guitarist, keyboardist, and they sing harmonies. And so we did like Land of Confusion, which was really fun to do in a trio. We did Ho Hey by the Lumineers, Wagon Wheel, as you do, and I think Closing Time as well. And it was just like fun to kind of play with other people. Like I don't know about you, well, I guess you play in other bands more than I do. But one thing I've realized is that the details of lyrics aren't really that important when you play solo, but they get a lot more important when you're playing with people who are trying to harmonize with you.
Oh yeah, 100% agree. I'll throw myself under the bus right now. Daniel's in the live stream chat, and I play in a band with him and his band Mayday, and I know the lead singer gets irritated with me because I'll mess up the lyrics all the time, and he'd be trying to like sing harmony with me, and I'm like, I'm just writing this on the fly, I'm making this up as I go, and and he's mentioned it to me before, but at this point, sometimes I do it just to irritate him.
That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get better at it. I mean, the
Oh
other thing
man.
is when the whole teamwork thing when you're playing with other people, and like I've mentioned multiple times in recent episodes that I'm trying to get my tempo to be a little bit more consistent. But when I'm playing with other people, I'm really trying to get it like right. And I think it's actually been good for me, honestly. So, but it's just like a lot.
Yeah.
I've got a lot going on. It's been, I will say that we changed to the every other week cadence so we'd have more time, and I've been grateful for that. I've had time to not be stressed as I'm learning all this new material. And also another random thing that's been thrown my way is that there's a bunch of musicians on the coast here in Moss Beach next to Half Moon Bay who are doing a charity album of country covers. And they've reached out to
Mm.
me to be one. They basically want like different musicians around the area to participate in it. Like, and so I'm
Oh,
going to be
okay.
a singer on one of them, and I don't know country at all. And so
I was gonna
they
say you're not a country guy at
no, and
all.
so like I've got a country song I'm trying to like listen and learn and try to sing it. I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's fun to have all these like odd things thrown at me. I have a private event where I need to do an extended version of Here Comes the Sun. I've got a lot of weird music project adjacent things happening right now that's mixing it up. But I'm keeping busy.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds like you're kind of having a season of growth.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, just like I said, I've been doing the band thing a lot lately, and Christian was asking me because I was like, "Man, I'm tired," and she goes, "Yeah, but playing with the band is fun." I said, "Yes, it is, but it's actually more work."
Yeah,
And she's like, "What? I thought it would be easier, since you're not having to do all the looping and this." And that." I said, "No, actually, it takes more from me to make sure that I get out of my own way to play
mm-hmm.
with a band and say, "Oh, I can't be the only one driving this. I have to actually let Daniel push the gas. I have to let, our bass player kind of like, steer it a little bit, and then I'm just kind of floating on top because I'm the guitar player singer, and truly like the bass and the drums are driving everything, and I kind of just I can redirect them if we start to go astray,
Yeah.
but really it's like we all have to lock in together to make it sound good. And I out of nervousness, I will tense up. I've noticed when I'm playing in a band and I've literally actively have to like tell myself, okay, like just relax, like let them drive this song. They're gonna drive it anyway. You can try to fight it and it's gonna just make you more tense, you know.
Yeah.
But playing we've been playing together quite often lately, so I am starting to feel more relaxed. I am starting to lean a lot more on like, you know, Daniel playing the groove and just letting him set the tone. But for a lot of we talked about this last time, a lot of it take that stress is kind of taken out a lot of times for me personally because of the click track.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, okay, you know what? If all else fails, the click track will lead us to the sunset. You know, so I'm just kind of like learning to relax a little bit more with my band. It's different when I play with Daniel's band because I'm not the main guitar player in that band. I'm just kind of the rhythm filler
Yeah.
player. So it's just been a fun different experience. And this past weekend I got to play with some monster drummers and bassists, and it was just so fun. I'm very fortunate, so I just had a blast, and I know Daniel did too. We got to play one of those nights together this past weekend, so it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
we have again, and we're actually not sure as we record this whether this will be immediately after the episode we just did where we did an interview, but we do have in studio, and actually in studio today, a special guest here at I don't know, gigging solo Sanders Studios. I don't know what you call our individual places. Your studio is way cooler than mine, but mine is just my bedroom. Oh wait, that's the fourth wall. Anyway, we have someone in studio with us today that we wanted to take the opportunity to talk to while she was in town. And did you want to introduce her, or shall I, Christine?
No, Rick, she's your buddy. Bring her on, man,
So we'd like to welcome to the stage Olivia Pucci.
to the stage.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Hi, everybody. So happy to be here.
Yes, give it up for Olivia, who is going to dazzle us with all of her musical experience and tales of glory.
Wow, dazzling. Thank you.
Yes.
I certainly hope to live up to that. Thank you.
Also, and this is another
will.
plug for the video podcast. We're always trying to drive people to the YouTube channel, but Olivia has a very cool microphone that she's got right now. This is her actual microphone. If you're watching the video podcast, you can see it. Do you want to describe it, Olivia, a little bit?
Oh, okay. Well, it's a true vintage. If you were to hold it, it's extremely heavy. But the original inside was from the 50s, and as soon as we plugged it in, it had that, old radio sound. So my husband, who's an engineer, opened it up and took out those electronics and put in a brand new system, and so it's able to sound like a brand new up-to-date technology microphone for me to perform with, but still have this vintage look to it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's such a awesome. That's awesome that your husband does stuff like that. Actually.
Right. Yeah. I didn't even know that was possible. So as soon as he said, yeah, we could just take that electronics out and put something new. And I've been using it for probably a good, 8 years, and it's kind of become part of the aesthetic. And I know a vintage mic is kind of a classic little staple, but for my shows, for the style of music that I do, it kind of is just like a fun little addition to the mashup of things.
So tell us, I guess, a little bit about your style, because I have only heard about it through Rick, and I just know that he's not doing justice to what you really do. He tried, but
Right.
Tell us about it though.
I mean, I think one of the hardest things for artists to do is describe like exactly what you do, because it's almost like you have to experience it, and I feel that's a little bit of my show and my performance. But and a little capsule, I love taking '90s R&B and B and hip hop songs, as well as today's songs, and giving them this really like jazzy, swankified appeal. So whether it's a acoustic rendition with those style of songs, or like a lo-fi beat to taking a bunch of those songs and kind of just not slowing them down. I still want to keep the energy. I don't just want to take a song and make it slow and then now it's new. I think like what we all do, we add our own personal artistic touch. And to me is one of my favorites is, you know, Gin and Juice of Snoop Dogg, and just playing it at these really beautiful, luxurious, like 5-star resorts, and giving it that aha moment to the people in the audience. Like, is that Gin and Juice? And it's like, yes, it is. Yeah.
I love that. We do that here in Arkansas, but it's more like this.
Well, I want to hear that. I want to hear that version too.
There's a band, I think they're called the Gourds, and they're like, so much trouble in the LBC. It's kind of hard being Snoop D-O Double G.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, it's a real.
I mean,
like it's a real hillbilly.
you
version
know,
of
it's
it,
a
and I
well-made
absolutely
song
loved it.
when you could do it all those different ways and it still hits.
Yeah, exactly. So with your style of music, what when you describe it, I think of swanky jazz pop, right?
Right.
Would that be kind of
Right. Yeah. With a
I
very,
guess?
I would say that's what the instrumentation is doing. So sometimes I
Yeah.
perform as a duo, sometimes all the way to like a 7-piece band, just depending on what my client is looking for. And of course, as we know, what the budget is. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the vibe that instrumentation always has. But I feel really connected to all the songs. So I almost sing them all like an R&B soul singer. So each song
Okay.
has like a very soulful approach to it.
Well, do you yourself play an instrument, or are you just a vocalist? Not just a vocalist. I'm
Oh no,
sorry,
it's
but
okay. Yeah, I am a vocalist. That is
yeah.
my main instrument, and I'm just really fortunate that I've been able to collaborate with musicians that just get it, just know the style, and able to make it sound the way that we all love.
Yeah, I mean, I had a
That's
chance.
awesome.
Yeah, I had a chance. This is actually, I want to say this might have been before I met you, Christine. Like right after I started doing music full time, I had to have hand surgery. I don't know if I mentioned that. I
Hmm.
probably mentioned it in
That's
the
right.
podcast at some point. And as I was recovering from that, I mean, I met Olivia. I'll let her tell the story, but I met Olivia prior to that, and I went down to L.A. and while I was recovering, as I said, hey, you know, I'd love to watch you do what you do, because I was trying to get an idea of how to be a solo performing musician. And you were playing with I think it was it was a trio both times, I think,
Yeah,
actually. And
yeah.
so one of the cool things for me was watching the way your accompanist kind of approach the music and really
Hmm.
support what you were doing. And it kind of I gained a new appreciation for how far I had to go as a guitarist, to be honest, if I'm real about it. But yeah, it's really cool, like watching the I guess the aesthetic that you cultivate on everything you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds you know what? It sounds like a whole experience and not just, hey, I'm singing a song and playing music, which is cool because when you have that shtick, um,
Right.
even the guys that I play with Daniel, they have a shtick. Like they all dress in matching Adidas tracksuits,
Love it.
and so it's hilarious, and people really like it.
Right. Yeah.
But that's what I think of whenever you're telling me about your style, right? Because
Yeah.
you dress, you do the whole like
Right.
20s, 40s vibe, like jewelry, old school
Gowns,
mic.
full hair,
Yeah,
whole vibe. Yeah.
it's an experience. Not
Yeah.
You're not just out there playing music. You're actually like entertaining and creating a whole vibe. So I think that's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, to me,
Yeah,
it's
man.
a show. I think that that's the part that I want my audience to be able to walk away from feeling that they got to see a show, and really dive into, what's playing in my head when I'm standing up there singing.
Yeah.
The whole vision
Well,
that
let
I
me
have.
ask you. So what would you say? What would you say your favorite ensemble is then? Or do you really
Mm.
love it when you get to just do a duo and you get to just sing? Do you like it a trio, or do you love the full band vibe? Like what's your absolute ideal gig? Like this is my favorite version ensemble to put together.
Gosh, I would honestly say a full band. I love a
Okay.
horn section. I've even incorporated a harp player into some of my shows.
Wow.
Yeah, and a DJ as well. So just having like the full energy of everyone, because everyone who comes in, we're all like ready. We're all on board. Like I feel so fortunate that each
Mm.
musician that I play with, they come ready to like have a show together. So I've had a few experiences where I have a horn section, drummer, guitar, upright bass, harp, and a DJ. And when that all gets, placed as where everyone's going to be in their pocket of how we're treating the songs, I mean, I can't help but feel like I'm on the biggest stage ever, just
Yeah, for sure.
feeling it
That
all.
sounds so cool. Because you're getting the full big band experience that way.
Yes. Yeah.
I can relate to that. Only I don't get to do it often.
Right. And that's the
I
sad
have
part.
played. Yeah, I played for a band. It's a local meteorologist, and he put together a band where we played backup music for artists. The biggest one I think we did was Justin Moore. He's a country singer, and in that band, I literally am a rhythm acoustic guitar player that
Mm.
sings harmony. And I mean, it's not about me. I'm literally just playing the parts, but we have fiddle and we have steel
Ah,
guitar,
how fun.
So yeah, all these things that I never get to hear
Right.
regularly.
Hmm.
Right.
So yeah, that I could see how that would totally be
Yeah.
cool, like your favorite, because that was cool. If I could do that all the time, I would do that all the
Right.
time. That was really fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we always had that budget, I would do that all the
Right?
time. But also fortunate to just have the love of the music. So even when it is the duo or it is the trio, like the heart and
Right.
the soul is still there. But like favorite is like give me the full stage. Everybody, come on,
Sure.
you over here,
Yeah, yeah.
bring it on.
So you said you get to. I'm sorry, Rick. I'm not trying to take over
No, no,
here. I'm
please
just
keep
asking.
going, keep going.
I got questions.
I've
So
talked to
you
Olivia a lot
said,
more than you have, so it's cool.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. It's my turn, Rick. Um, you got to get a harpist. You said.
Yes, yeah. Oh my God, Minta
Now,
Spencer, shout out to her, amazing.
do you know the song "The Boy Is Mine" by Brandy?
Yes.
Because I'm
Yes.
pretty sure there's
That
a harp.
intro, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm gonna need you to play that song. I'm gonna need you to
Yes.
sing that song.
Yes.
Because that's my jam right there. I bet
Yes.
you would kill it, man.
That and the
Sorry.
Neo So Sick. It has an intro of like
Oh
the harp.
yes.
Those two.
You know,
Yes.
I have wanted to learn a Neo song, but god dang, there's a lot of words in his songs.
There are.
It's like
Most
there's a lot
definitely.
of words.
This might
Yes.
be a
Yeah.
genre collapse or collision, but do you? I mean, when you have a harpist, do you ever do any Florence and the Machine? I feel like vocally that would be really interesting to hear you do.
Oh, I do love Florence. I have not done one with my harp player though.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, that's a
What
good call.
What have you done by her, if I may ask?
What was the song? Of course, it's gonna
So
escape
like
my
Dog
brain.
Days Are Over. There's
Not Dog Days, because
no.
that one's just so wah,
Yeah.
so good that like I'm like I'll just have no voice at the end of this rendition because I will give my all,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, thank you, good night. That was it.
We're done.
And we're done.
Thank you for that one song. We
Yeah.
appreciate you guys showing up.
Exactly. I'm gonna yeah. I'm gonna have
Rabbit
to
Rabbit
take a
Heart,
moment.
is it maybe? I don't know. There's a few like popular
Don't
ones.
get me lying.
I mean,
I don't know.
I actually sometimes use Florence and the Machine as like music between breaks or something like
Oh,
that, just
okay.
for fun, because I like music that I'm not going to accidentally overlap with. Now I love her music, but
Yeah.
but I don't do any of her stuff right now.
Yeah, I would have to look it up. I
Yeah.
don't like you know how it is. Like, have you ever had that where you just finished a set and people are like, "Oh, what's that third song you did?" In?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, I
I'm like,
don't
I don't
I have
know.
no idea what I just sang the last song. Like
Yeah.
it's just like it goes so fast through your brain that I
It's
can't
almost like
remember.
you're on autopilot almost.
Sometimes,
Sometimes
yeah,
when that happens,
yeah.
it's like, listen, this is all happening through muscle memory right now.
Right.
Okay, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna eat here in about 5 minutes, so I don't remember what I just said.
Right. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my experience, at least.
Yeah.
But
No,
you
it's
know,
true.
I had a question. I don't know if it's okay to ask,
Yeah.
but I'm curious because you guys are out in California and I'm here in Arkansas.
Hmm.
Like, what's the disparity as far as pay? I mean, do you make more as a solo duo, or can you do pretty well as a band out there with some of these? Because you're doing like higher end corporate wedding events, I'm assuming,
Right.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so like, where's I guess maybe where's the payday at for you? Like, what keeps you able to pay the bills the most out there?
For me, I do the booking as well. So I come in with
Okay.
that aspect of management. So when I do the booking, I'm doing the contracts. I'm doing all the agency part of that goes into managing like a more corporate high end. So then I end up, have a corporate cut of the booking arrangement and then my own performance cut of booking myself. So I do get paid, probably that'll be the top range of my booking statuses when I book the event myself. If I were to do it with a band, I definitely make more as a soloist.
Hmm.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't pay yourself more for doing the booking for your band or anything like that,
Oh
or
yeah, that's what I meant. That I take a
oh,
percentage
okay, I'm
of the
sorry.
whole total, and then I also
Gotcha.
have a piece within the split of the band.
Okay,
So
but you're like you said, you're still making more as like solo duo then.
yeah. When it comes down to
Wow.
individual, solo is definitely the most
I
profitable.
thought maybe it would be different for you guys out there, but it seems because I've talked to Kevin Koa too. Ricky knows him.
Hmm.
It seems the pay is the same across
Mm,
in different regions. It feels
right.
like because him and I have talked about pay, and he and I are right there. We're the same. It feels like, and I'm like, wow. Well, that I guess that's good. Good to know that here in Arkansas we're not just getting ripped because we're here in Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, I think it
Uh,
comes down to the
but
split. Like, the more people you have, the
yeah,
more splitting has to go, and especially if you're staying within restaurants and maybe smaller venues, the split just comes down to smaller, and then if you're the individual, then you just get you get the full
right.
package.
So, on average, like how many people are you usually pulling in your band? Like, what's the average number of members you got on
Right.
the reg?
On the reg, it would be three. So there is
Okay.
different configurations, but for the most part, I've really enjoyed. I have a KeyJ, so he's a keyboardist and DJ. So he'll lay
Oh,
down
nice.
loops, and then he'll do the keys, and then I'll either have a harp player or an upright bass player, and then that's the trio, or a drummer, looping guitarist, and myself.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah.
that's totally different than what I would have thought you would have said, just to
Yeah.
be honest. I thought, okay, she's probably gonna have like at least a piano, like a piano player,
Mhm.
keyboard, drums, and guitar, but that's not the case. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
I've got to see some of your videos. I've only seen like a snippet or two. I think that Rick's let me see,
Yeah. I think I
yeah.
sent
and
one of
I
your scissor
know,
rolls. Yeah.
yeah, people in our chat are wanting to get links to her
We'll
stuff
we'll
and
definitely have
Oh,
check her
that.
out.
sweet.
We'll have that
Yeah,
in the episode notes as well too when we do the episode for real.
yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is almost out of ignorance because like I think I'm still the oldest of the three of us. I'm pretty sure I'm older than you. But like when I hear DJ, I think of radio. Still, I know DJ is obviously broader than that.
Oh,
But
okay.
like when
Like
you
an
talk about
MC.
like a 7-piece with a DJ,
Yeah.
what is the DJ doing in that setting specifically?
So it adds to that flavor that I've always loved, which is like Portishead, like trip hop, like that was, I always like, I came out to LA to go to music school, and I thought I was going to be like a trip hop artist. I was going to create a whole orchestra with a DJ, and then that was going to be my vibe. And so I've always appreciated that, that sound and that like little scratches or little things that, instrument might be able to duplicate, but it just has that coolness factor that like the DJ loop or scratch or little effects that they can add, from their samples. And yeah.
They also like driving like click and or tracks as well. So okay, that makes more sense to me now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so it's kind of like getting all the things that are not being produced live,
right?
Kind of covering all of that, but with a live aesthetic to it.
Yes.
Okay.
And so this particular person that I've been working with, Sam Barsh, the fact that he does KeyJ, which is the keys and like the piano keys, is it's just really cool to have that in one person. You're like, yes, thank you, cover all that.
Once again, just I'm a big backing tracks person. Just it makes it so much easier to be able to go out there and do what you want to do and actually make a decent wage by having backing tracks or having a KeyJ, like you're talking about. Like, that's great. If I had someone here like that, I might hire someone to do that. But backing tracks really are just for me and the bands that I play in. It's like that allows us to really bring that full band sound with not having to hire a million people.
Exactly. And sometimes there are those smaller budgets, but then you're in a room where they're like, can you be high energy? Like, can you get the room dancing? And you're like, you hired an acoustic duo, right? So there's only so much we could do, but when incorporating, backing tracks, then there you go. Then you're able to add that extra lift.
Yeah,
exactly.
I actually
big fan of backing track here.
Yeah, I actually ran into that. Like, there's only so much you could do, even with looping or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I recently did a cover of a song that's a little more pop punk, got that kind of like full band energy, and I was arranging and I was trying to like really hit that note, and I'm like, this is too forced, it's too loud, it's too much. So then I'm like, what if I make it the acoustic version of this? And I'm like, oh, that's a sweet spot. It's still got the beat, it's still got the essence, but it's gonna sound a certain kind of way. You're now only gonna get so high energy. I mean, it's fun to play. I'm such a genre divergence here, but like Born to Be Wild is very fun to play, but most of the songs I do are going to be much more like acoustic-ish or full acoustic than that kind of thing.
Yeah, Daniel and I, do our little duo, the Crash Outs, and honestly, we just did a wedding, and it was kind of like having a full band experience because we had bass backing tracks in all of our tracks, and we did that, and then we had some stuff that I looped and he played to, and it's just it's just been such a useful tool. I think when I switched to using backing tracks is just when a lot of consistency happened for me in my performances, and that is just something for me personally that made it more fun, because then I didn't feel like I was flailing every time with a band, or with somebody else. I was like, okay, we actually have like structure, so that's just something I know that I enjoy. But I actually had another question for you, Olivia. And I don't, God, I don't want to say this the wrong way, because I don't want you to get the wrong read on this, but as someone who doesn't play an instrument, and being a woman, I'm throwing this out there because this is a real thing. Yeah. Sexism is a real battle in the music business, and it's something personally that I have had to fight against. And I have personally seen women such as yourself that don't sing or don't play an instrument just get steamrolled by guys. Like, they just don't care what they have to say. We're going to do it the way I want to do it. Have you had that happen to you? And like, have you been able to overcome that? Obviously you probably have, but I'm just kind of curious about your experience with that.
I love that you asked that question. I learned that I needed to make myself the boss, so no one was going to steamroll over me. I get the contract, I get the checks, I book the musicians. I only book people who have respect, who are professional. And the moment that I get anything that's not like that, then they don't get hired and they don't get paid and they don't get to be on the gig. And so I've
I
been
love
able
that.
to just be the boss. Like no one's gonna steamroll the
Yeah.
boss.
Yep. I love hearing that actually, because that is the exact thing that I feel like I went through.
Mm.
I had a lot of years where I felt like I hired guys that just did not show me respect
Oh
and
yeah,
didn't didn't see the vision that I had,
right.
and it was just a constant just like battle of just. And
Yeah,
finally I remember I woke up one day and I was like, I don't have to play in a band. I don't need anyone.
yeah.
I can do this all by myself. I was
Oh my
like,
God, it's so
I can
true.
do this by myself.
It's very true.
But
I definitely I know what you're explaining just when you by asking the question. I was already like it was already in me just the history that we have to go through as females in the music industry of men thinking, certain men, obviously not all, that
not all, but
women,
some.
yeah, that women just don't know, enough or shouldn't be in charge. And I experienced enough to know, you know what, I don't have to deal with this and just
Yeah.
stopped. Just like you're saying, like you just wake up one morning, you're like, you know what, I honestly don't need to put up with that.
Yeah.
And then you just make
Mhm.
shifts for yourself.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where I was just like, you know what? They can't do this gig without me.
Yeah,
Mhm,
exactly.
I was like, but I could do it without
Right.
them. And I
Stepping into
remember
the
I
owner.
just like went on a complete sabbatical of never. I didn't play in bands for like years.
Mm.
I just wouldn't do it because I was like, nope, 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 nope. But then I started meeting other musicians that I liked that were, I hate to say this, like not because I'm not like ageist or whatever, but a lot of them were older
Mhm.
and they were respectful and they listened to what I had to say and they showed me respect in what I was already doing. And so
Yeah.
those were the relationships I was cultivating. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hire this drummer because he like is nice to me and actually
Yes.
is complimentary and already likes what I do. And we'll try it out. And every time I have since then, it's been such a good experience because like, hey, whatever you want to do, you want to do this song different, you want to go up tempo more or whatever. And it was just so nice,
Yes.
to have that exchange with some other,
Yeah.
I guess, male musicians because it was just such a breath of fresh air.
Right.
Um, you
Building
know,
that
the
team.
band that I have put together, like we have to unfortunately share drummers and bass players with different bands because everybody's got different projects.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I have basically team one and team two of drummer, bass player, drummer, bass player.
Nice.
And one thing that they know is that when you book a gig with me, you can count on it. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter if team one is available all of a sudden. Team two is booked for this gig.
Mm.
mhm, mhm.
And I'm real big on that as far as like because these are the people that have shown me such great respect.
Right.
So I want to
right.
make sure that they know their gigs are solid and I respect you for respecting me.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a nice exchange.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to, just showing respect for your fellow musicians, and it goes both ways. I always try to make sure everyone is guaranteed, what I offer them, guaranteed, food, parking, just treat your musicians the way you'd want to be treated as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
agreed.
No, I do like that the solo musician as the way out from underneath the situation to kind of
Yeah.
like rewrite
Yeah, yeah.
yourself in the equation in a sense, right? Like, well, like I don't need you, so
Yeah.
out you go. And that's actually a really good strategy for
Right.
I think any toxic situation. But
Right.
certainly, there's a certain kind of I was quiet through that whole conversation. There's a certain kind of toxicity that I know about, but have not experienced directly in the same way. So
Right.
I appreciate the question too.
Yeah, it's God. I'll just be honest with you. I'm so glad that those days are behind me.
Mhm.
It's so frustrating when you're like, man, I am giving you money, I am paying you a decent wage, and you're
Right.
still gonna like fight me on what I want to do with my band.
Yes.
Like this is nuts. Who does that? Who gets a job and then says to
Right.
their employer, I don't want to. I don't want to do the job that you hired me to do this
Right,
way. I want to
exactly.
do it this way.
Or that's a crappy
I'm just
idea.
like, yeah. I'm like, holy moly! But it happens, and
It does.
For
It
me, it
does.
happened so much that I probably didn't play in bands for over 4 years
Wow.
because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just like so burned by it, man.
it is.
But um, I guess can we go into like how did you craft your image and how did you come up with like,
Or
hey, I want to do this, you know,
Mm.
can
ballroom
can
style
we go a little
vibe
further
like
back?
on.
Actually, I'd love to know kind of like
Oh,
how
okay.
she got into music generally, but I do want to get to that as well. I'm
Okay.
also interested in that,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
from the context of like Olivia the person becoming Olivia the musician that is sitting next to me right now.
Go on, please.
Oh, so what was the?
Oh, so just talk a little bit about like kind of how you got here a little bit. Sorry.
I was like, okay, take it
I
away.
was waiting.
What is
I was
it?
waiting on Rick. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
sorry.
Yeah, me too.
go
Me
ahead.
too.
When mental note, when I ask the question, ask a question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was confused.
So like just a little bit about like how you got into music and just like a little bit of how you got started in all this.
Oh, okay. Um, fellow I mean, my whole family are singers, mom, cousins, aunts, uncles. So I'm that story that everyone in my family was singing in family parties. We sang together, come from a Mexican American background, but no one spoke Spanish. We just all had this really passionate feeling to sing, and so there was karaoke machines, hence me not knowing how to play an instrument. So it was either like a house party at my house or a house party at my uncle's house, and both had these dynamic karaoke setups, and so we just sang for each other, and all of us had our own different genres, which was really cool, which introduced me to all the different styles of music, from crooner to country and opera even. So, and R&B and soul was just something my mom loved, having music in the household. So that was my roots, and it was almost just like predetermined that this was something that was going to be my path. And yeah, listened to it. Took a while to listen to my spiritual self saying, this is really what you want to do, all the way till college. It took me all the way till I was in college that it was like, no, this is something that like is not going to go away. I can't pretend that it's just something I like to do in the shower. And so created little bands, started playing, started realizing, this is working out for me. Moved to LA to go to music school, went to Musicians Institute. Really just did the grind in LA of learning how to play at clubs and bars, and what it takes to book yourself, what it takes to start quoting people of how much you're worth, realizing what you're worth because what you're already investing in yourself. And then jump to getting gigs where I'm playing at hotels and resorts in Beverly Hills, and realizing that, hey, I must be the sounds of luxury because I play at all these very luxurious places. So I'm going to wear gowns. I'm going to have a vintage microphone, but I'm not going to be boring. I don't want to just say, oh, here I am, a jazz singer, and I'm just going to sing, Fly Me to the Moon every night. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna give you that like presentation, so you're like, oh, this looks lovely. I like the setup, and I like the band, how everyone looks. But then I'm gonna throw all these really fun, renditions of '90s R&B, hip hop to today, and really give you a show. So you're not just watching something that's completely background music. You're actually stepping into a performance.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks.
glad you decided to graduate from the shower and
Thank
grace the
you.
real world with your talent.
I don't know if you both have experienced this, but it took me a while to get over my stage fright. I would tell my girlfriends who have heard me sing in the shower, okay, I'll sing a song for you, but you can't look at me. I would make them turn away from me because I felt like, those faces that you
Wow.
make when you're singing. I was so embarrassed of the way my face, like, contorted to feel the song.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to just say, forget about it. No one's looking at it that way. Just do it.
I feel like
think,
I feel like I
Oh,
still feel
sorry,
that
go
way
ahead.
about playing the guitar now. Like the guitar face is a thing, and I really
Yeah.
and actually it's funny actually, so I'm going to talk about this as well. one of the things I did to get over the guitar phase, or I don't know how successful I've even gotten over it, but like one thing I try to do to compensate for that is actually smile. I try to smile through guitar solos, and I know because I talked to you about
Yeah.
this. So
Oh yeah.
that you also smile, and I was so dazzled by it. Specifically, this thing as a singer, it's like you're smiling through every song. How are you doing that?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I catch myself. It's probably from tensing up. I do like I'll be like this
Oh yeah.
when I'm playing. I'm like, God, stop doing that.
Right,
you
right.
know, yeah. That's usually when I'm feeling
Right.
anxious or
Mhm.
anxiety on stage.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I think maybe Rick might relate. But if I'm feeling nervous or anything, I feel like I'm hiding behind my guitar. I'm just like playing,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I think yeah.
Um,
I think it's one of the
it's like a
scariest.
security blanket.
It's just one of the scariest things about just being a singer. I mean,
Right,
it's
yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
have an instrument to hide behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, truly. It's our lead singer in my band, Luna, he doesn't play an instrument. But man, he is so entertaining. He like
Oh
goes
yeah.
out into the crowd and
Yeah.
sings and like bumps and grinds on people and it's hilarious. It's
Oh, I
like
love
so
that.
funny.
Yeah.
He's just so comfortable. He doesn't care.
Right.
And you know, I'm like me on my guitar just like you know. So sometimes I get in my head, but most of the time I'm having a good time and not feeling too anxious, but I actually get more anxious in small crowds.
Oh, I
yeah.
can
What
see
about
that.
you guys?
Yeah, because it seems more like there's more attention on you. Like all the
Yeah.
eyes and the ears are more focused on you. So you're like, oh, okay, I better make sure everything is, smooth and going out right.
Yeah,
It's
because
also-
you're right. Everybody's like looking at you.
Yeah.
You know.
It's also easier, I think, to split your, like when you're playing to a room or a crowd, you can just be kind of, watching over the whole crowd.
Right.
When it's one person, you're sort of expected. I mean, do you make eye contact with them? It's a whole awkward thing. It's like being in
Yeah.
an elevator with someone and being expected to sing to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just say something about eye contact? And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but it it's so bothersome when there's somebody out in the crowd, and I just feel like they are just like intensely keep looking me in the eyeballs. And I
The
can't
hungry eyes.
stand it.
Hungry
Yes.
eyes.
I'm just like, all right, enough of that.
Yeah.
Like don't be like staring me down every time I look over at you,
Right. Right.
It's too much. It's like some people are just too much, and that I think that's when I feel anxious if there's somebody out in the crowd that's just like eyeballing the heck out of me, and I feel like that happens often. And I'm like, God dang it, why is this person keep staring at me?
That's when you're like, thank you so much. Right here is my tip jar. I'd love for you to take that.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
For your appreciation. No.
I tell you, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who gets like that, but I'm like, don't look at me. I know you're supposed to be looking at me, but don't look at me right now.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I'll either do that back to them or I'll do it to like everyone, so that they think like they're like, oh, she's giving that to everybody, like not just
Yes,
Right,
yes.
yeah,
right.
not just to
I
them.
do that too.
Because sometimes I'll be like,
When
oh,
when I
wait,
notice that
scan
someone
over.
is just eyeballing, I try to like look at the whole audience. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
everybody, yeah. But yeah, it's a little uncomfortable when somebody just,
oh, Christine has
eyeballing you pretty good for
has
the
hungry
whole
eyes.
hour and 10 minutes that you're playing. So sorry, that was my tangent. I'm gonna
no,
get
it's
us back on
okay.
track, Rick.
Well, I mean, now I want to watch your show. I might turn into one of those people just staring.
You
Absolutely.
probably won't. You're like,
That was one thing I didn't get to
know?
do. So I recently got back from Arkansas. I got the chance, and we did a couple episodes in.
Oh, you did?
In Arkansas. It was
Oh,
pretty
that's
fun.
awesome.
But I did not get to see Christine play. That's the one thing I did not get to
Oh.
do, which was a shame because I would have loved to catch you
Yeah.
live. I did.
Mark has gotten to see me play
Yes,
quite a few.
our friend Mark was able to catch us
Yes.
there. So, did you want to talk at all about like how we met at all, or?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, just
sure.
just a little bit.
So, couple years ago now, gosh, it seems like a blur. My mom passed away, and I'm originally from the San Francisco Bay, so we came out here to scatter her ashes in an area called Half Moon Bay. And so I had come back after maybe a month of her ashes being scattered out there. And my mom was a singer as well, so we always shared that love together of music. So went out to the ocean, did a little, hey mom, love you, thinking of you. And on my way back from this little trail, I hear music. And so I was like, oh, I should go check it out, just kind of stay within my little zone. And prior to that, just real quick, I was just saying to a friend, I would love to come back to the Bay Area and make music, because I live in LA full time and I only come up to the Bay just to visit family. So as I sit down and get a little drink, and there's Rick performing, and he's doing his looping thing. And I had been working with a guitar player for 12 years who was a looping guitarist. So I was very familiar, but I didn't know many looping guitarists. I just knew the one that I had been working with for a long time. So I was like, oh, impressive, like another looping guitarist. And so I think when you took a break, I came and I left a tip in his jar with my business card.
I remember.
And I was just like, hey, good job looping. And he was like, wait, what? You know what I'm doing, kind of thing. And so, kind of gave like a little brief of who I am, but, have a great show. And that was that. And I was like, that was really cool. I feel like almost my mom was like, hey, come listen to this music, like come meet this person over here.
Yeah.
So it really kind of stemmed from that. And then Rick kept in touch and was sharing that he was pursuing music full time, and I had been doing music for a while. So just whatever questions he had, whatever I could offer as a musician doing it full time, I was like, call me, let me know. He came down to LA, he checked out a couple of my shows, and he really helped me just kind of make a little moment happen over here of touring in Half Moon Bay. So the thing that I had manifested out there that day, with talking to my mom and finding Rick, is now happening this weekend. I have 4 shows in Half Moon Bay, performing at like 3 of the places Rick introduced me to the venue.
The one I'm booking at, and 2 others.
Yeah. And so I feel like we were definitely divinely guided to each other to make some moves happen, from either me introducing him to the Half Moon Bay Wine and Cheese to play there, or now for him to introduce me to these 3 other venues.
I think you actually introduced me to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's just been a really great and the first show that I did in Half Moon Bay, he brought like a PA speaker for me to use, so I wouldn't have to use all the logistics involved of bringing a PA system, because I'm not a good driver and I don't like driving that far. So I was able to fly, and without having to, work out a whole PA system, he let me borrow his. So it's just been, I'm really grateful for our connection.
It's been very mutually beneficial. And I should say that both Olivia and Christine have this in common. They're both people that I looked up to when I was getting started, and still do, that helped me kind of get established as a gig musician. I think Christine had mentioned it in the podcast that like I think I literally did a couple consult calls with you, Christine, prior to us becoming friends, just because I was looking for people who knew what was going on and knew how to make the whole thing work out. So, and when you mentioned to me that you played with loopers when I met you at that first gig, I'm like, oh, you're not from here.
Yeah.
Because there just aren't any of us around here. And that was my guess, at least. But it was a really good chance. I just was wrong. But in the end, it was right.
From this little blurb of conversation, I have learned now that you and Rick are both not good drivers, you say.
Hey!
Let's
both
just
have
say
told me that.
I get bored.
Didn't say anything about it.
I get bored. I could drive efficiently and I don't have any like accidents, knock on wood. But 2 hours plus, I'm like, what else could we be doing? Like, I just don't want to drive anymore.
Man.
So
you would never make it out here.
No.
You would never make it.
No, Christine is a road warrior at this point.
Really?
Yeah,
How far do you have to drive for your
100%.
shows?
Usually an hour and 15 minutes are a lot of my gigs, because I live in I live in Piercy, which is technically like 20 minutes outside of Hot Springs.
Okay.
And so I'm in Little Rock a lot. I play in Little Rock a lot, and then I play in like places like Magnolia and El Dorado, and those are like 2.5 hours plus.
Wow.
Yeah, so I do a lot of driving, and
Yeah, you
but I
do.
like to drive.
Okay.
You know,
Well, that's good then.
yeah.
She's got a
I mean,
Jeep
I don't want to.
with a flag.
Yeah, I do. I have a Jeep. Yeah, I drive with the top off. I actually got to take my Jeep with the top off to my gig last weekend.
Really?
It was the weather was so wonderful.
Oh, that's
But
lovely.
now it's back to being steamy and disgusting out. So yeah, here we are. But yeah,
Okay,
no,
well,
that I
that's-
just think
that's-
that's funny that I learned that about you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Not
never said I'm a bad driver. I said I don't like to drive. That's different.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of I
didn't
mean
real-
that's what I meant
must
to
have
say.
confused the two in
I
my
say
head,
bad
yeah.
driver because I'm not the one that's gonna raise the hand if like people are like, who wants to drive?
There you- I actually
Gotcha.
do like driving, but mostly short distances. That's the thing. I kind
Yeah.
of mostly enjoy driving, but it's I'm not looking to do more of it. I'll say that.
Right.
Yeah, my poor little Honda Fit is cresting up on 200,000 miles. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it to
Ooh.
300 if we can.
Wow.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe
Those Honda
Yeah.
vehicles, they can go the distance.
they can.
But hey, you know what? I actually, how has your booking experience been, Olivia? Because like, I'm just wondering, do you feel like you have to haggle a lot with people, or do you usually get what you want right off the bat?
I think that's one of the things like you learn as you become more seasoned as a musician. You just learn to have like a gauge of where you want to be and kind of the minimum, and you just have to start sticking to it. And of course, a client is going to have their reasonings or their budgets, and you can either say yes or no. And I learned that when I started saying no, but I can offer you perhaps another artist that would be more in that price range, and then that allows them to stay within their budget. A local artist that may be totally okay or satisfied with the budget that that client has, and then I still have a percentage of the booking. So I just learned that I needed to stay within my own grounds of what I charge for, and so that allows me to book for myself and then book for other artists. But as of recently, I just got a new contract with the Westin Anaheim, and I am their entertainment booking agency for the whole hotel. So they have lobby bar music 2 nights a week and then a rooftop lounge 2 nights a week. So I place artists in those locations weekly.
That's awesome.
And from that, it's just going to allow me to grow. And that's one of the main things I've learned, through this journey is go to the places that have allocated budgets for entertainment. When you try to go to sometimes the bar, the restaurant, they're just trying to make it work for themselves and their budgets aren't always there. So if you go to places that, they have their quarterly budgets already set aside for entertainment, you don't have to haggle them. It's there for the musicians.
Yeah, you don't have to fight about pay.
Yeah.
Which is to me is just such. I won't do it.
Right.
I'm not old, but I'm too old to want to haggle and be like convince
Exactly.
somebody that I'm worth
Right.
the money that I'm charging. You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
don't need to convince anyone.
Yeah, it's
I
been
actually, how hilarious! I had a guy. I'll make this quick. Sorry, I had
Mhm.
somebody reach out to me about a gig just last week, a week or so, and he was like, "Hey, can you come and talk to me about a gig?" And I was like, number one, right off the bat, I was like, why can't you just call me and like text me? My prickly pearness was already getting prickly, and I was just like, this guy's already annoying me. And I thought, yeah, Tuesday I'll be running some errands. I can stop by. And I stopped by, and he's like, "Hey, blah blah," he's showing me the place, and I'm like, "Yes, I know. I've played here before many years ago." And he's just chatting with me. We sit down, and I go, "All right, man." And I just looked at him. I go, "Let's get down to the brass tacks," you know.
Right.
He was like, "All right, I'm gonna be real with you. My budget's only." He was wanting a full band. He's like, "My budget's only $300," and I couldn't help it. It came out of me. I laughed. I was like, I was just like, I mean, I just laughed. I was like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
You are not getting me out here with
Right.
my full band
Right.
for
No.
$300.
No.
And I just told him, I said, and because he was kind of talking a little trash about some of the people he had playing. And I said, for $300, you're doing pretty good with these people that are out here and they're good players,
Right.
I was like, but if you want better quality and you
Mm-hmm.
want more pool of like entertainment, people to your place, you're not going to get it with that budget. And I was like, I'll come as a solo for that amount,
Right.
you know?
Right.
I was like, but but other than that, I was like, I don't really want to waste any more of your time. I said, I can offer you some other solo players that would play for that amount. I said, but I can't recommend any bands that are going to play for that amount.
Right.
I was like, not anybody who's not retired,
Right.
you know. But it was just like, I hate interactions like that. He knew he didn't want to tell me the price on the phone, and I guess maybe he thought he could change my mind by being in person. And
Being
I
in
was just like,
person,
no,
no.
yeah, like, no,
A valiant effort, but
Right.
no.
Right.
yeah, not yes,
Too-
exactly.
too
Or if
savvy
they,
for that.
they think you can pay your rent and exposure. Oh, but
Oh.
so
Yeah,
many people are
exposure-
going to be
exposure dollars.
there. Yeah, exactly.
No, I've got a venue or a farmer's market that's like looking for someone, and I'm gonna do like one just for the sheer like maybe this is like gonna be amazing because it's a town I've never played in, Sausalito, and it's beautiful up there. But it's like I'm like this is kind of
Did you hear that? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's all right. What was it?
That was thunder and lightning.
Was
Oh,
it
geez.
really? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that if you heard that,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that scared me.
We're
That
gonna
scared-
keep that in the edit. We're gonna keep that hopefully.
I know. I heard
Yeah.
that and I was like, what's that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
No worries. But it's okay. I forgot what I was gonna say. It's actually totally fine. Thunder, like the act was it force majeure. We're all right. So actually, we're probably at the point in the episode where we usually like to kind of ask guests. I mean, I say usually, you're our third guest. Thank you for being here.
Yay.
But at this point, it's fun for us to start asking questions from like past episodes that we've done. Like,
Love it.
you're a guest host for this episode, and we
Right.
can get your perspective on things.
Okay.
And so while we do that, Christine's going to be polling the chat. Again, if you'd like to get involved with the chat, everyone, we're at youtube.com gigging solo. You can join the fun where we're live recording this with a live audience. But while Christine does that, one of the topics we covered was getting gigs. Like we call that fishing for gigs.
Okay.
And obviously, as someone who does booking,
Yes.
what's one piece of advice you'd give to musicians that are just trying to get themselves in the door?
One of the main things that I've noticed that is really challenging as someone who's trying to book a musician is that if I go to their website and I go to their YouTube or their Instagram, and yes, I love everyone should do original music, make original music, but if that's all you have on your platforms, I can't pitch you to a client that is looking for, a fun top 40 band or a band that is, good to have during cocktail hour, a variety of things that they're looking for a cover band for. You really need to make your social media or a whole website dedicated to what you're able to do to make that kind of money, that kind of gig. Your covers, all, the way that you do them, the way you present them. I can't pitch your original, YouTube page and have the client expect that you know how to play a really nice cocktail hour set. So as a booking person, and from my own experience, creating just the very thing you're hoping the client to purchase is the thing that will get you those shows.
I love that you're saying that right now, because that is something that I also have told people. I'm like, nobody cares about your originals. I hate to be a jerk. I'm like, do some stuff that people know, so they can know, hey, oh, this sounds like the original song, like
Yeah.
they did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to give them something they got to know what to test it against. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they have to
So
know what they're
I think that's
purchasing.
great.
If you
Yeah,
want that high end, opportunity where the budget is up to $3,000 to $6,000, they're
yeah,
not gonna buy that if you're showing them just your original page of music. Maybe if that's what you're trying to do is just your original, but
yeah,
not when you're trying to get into the industry of cover bands and providing corporate event um, music.
Yeah.
You can have your original stuff, but make a separate Instagram, make a separate website that just demonstrates, and then now you're putting yourself on the menu for people to pay you that kind of money.
That's a really good
right.
point. I mean, as a baby booking agent myself now,
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
one of the things that like a corollary of that, if you will, is also like if all you have is like studio recorded versions of things you do, that's also not useful. I think because it's not
Mm-hmm.
representative of the live act that you're trying to sell.
Right,
You want to sell something that they want and is true to like what basically, do they
right.
know from what you present what they're going to be getting? And if
Yeah,
the answer is no, then it's probably not a good promotional material.
exactly.
Yeah. Scott had a question. He said, you said you booked in the West Anaheim area, and he wants to know what that's like during NAM. Which, man, I actually got to go to NAM when I
Oh
lived there. Oh, so
yeah.
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
So what's
super
it like?
excited. I just got this contract in July, so just it's only been a month,
Oh,
and they're already letting me know how big NAM is, and they put in the West End because it's literally on in the same back doors as the conference center. So huge things happen at the West End. After NAM, everyone goes and disperses to their after hour events and other concerts. So I'm going to be part of the, yeah, cultivating of the new events that happen at the West End during NAM.
That's
that's
awesome.
so cool.
Yeah, I'm
What a
super
fun
excited.
experience, man.
Yeah, yeah. It seems as last year they had like a full stage put into the lobby area, had panels, had live bands playing there. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what we can do this year.
That's that's a really I didn't even think of that at that location. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another one from a past episode. So we did an episode on skills to pay the bills, which is basically just
Mm,
like, you get a lot of things. Your booker, your singer, your all these things.
Hmm.
You run sound by necessity, whatever.
Yeah.
What's a skill that you think is like has an opportunity for an upside for like secondary income or other career opportunities
mm,
that people shouldn't sleep on, like like edit, could be editing, could be whatever. Is there something you think that people that it is a useful skill that you want to think about in terms of maybe beyond music as well?
Right. Well, like you said, we all have to wear many hats from, editing to performing to, booking. But for me, really booking is for me, learning how to put together the contracts, learning how to, give the right price points and just all the things involved in booking and building that trust, is its own revenue generator for me now. I don't have to be performing every single night or weekend to be generating income, but still staying within my industry. And I think that was the biggest, like going up to when things are getting booked, like how to talk to the club owner, how to see how they prefer their invoices,
Mm-hmm.
um, the things that make the contracts and the booking solidify, asking for the deposits, all that side of things. I know a lot of musicians hate it and don't even want to deal with it, but the stronger you know about that aspect of it, it's a whole other income revenue.
That's a really good point.
yeah. Um, I I got asked to do some booking at a venue a while ago, and I just be honest, I just thought there's no way. I'm not I am not putting up with these musicians
Right,
around here that
right.
that
Yeah.
don't know how to be professional to save
Right,
their lives, you
right.
know? But you know what? Now that I think I'd give it a try. If I ever got asked again, I might do it. For me, I'm generating a little bit of money through my YouTube channel, which is
Nice.
nice.
Very cool.
So I've kind of been busy with that. But passive income, man, is if you can get some form of passive income, I think in our industry, it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like a must, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and to your point, Olivia, about the like staying engaged with the, you're doing something that is adjacent to, but kind of still staying inside the bounds of the
Right.
music industry. Because like, I know that since I've been doing book again, I'm hoping to do more, but I actually want to expand into it. Like I've definitely noticed that my star has slightly risen within the community a little bit, not just because people
Nice.
were like looking for me for gigs, but just because my name's out there a bit more, and I'm talking more musicians as a result of being in booking. So yeah, it definitely seems to all push in the same direction, which is
Oh
nice.
yeah, yeah. And then you start getting people like, to your topic is people start seeing you as the person. Oh, you're the person in charge. Oh, you're the person. So more professional people start coming your way, because professional
Mm.
people who are trying to make this their income are going to seek out those
Yeah.
people. So then instead of, because there's always going to be the band that you're like, wait, why aren't you there? But you start weaning those out as you start building your Rolodex of like more professional people that are going to come with their solid gear,
Yeah.
going to show up, going to look good, going to play the part.
Yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
I think Rick and I have actually talked about that very thing on
Mm.
one of our episodes, where, you attract what you put out,
Right.
Yeah.
and you want good gigs. You gotta like look the part
Right.
and have good gear and
Mhm.
show up and be professional. And I think that's where a lot of people get lost, is they forget that playing music and not just playing music. It's actually like, a job. You're getting paid to do it. So,
Right. Yeah.
maybe treat it like a job.
Yeah,
We did have another question from the chat, Rick.
go for it.
BBK was said, Olivia, if you would move to another state, what would you prefer, a good music scene or a good living?
What would I consider like monetary wise?
Yeah, like where I guess what
I
he's
I
saying
think
is
the
like,
question is, would you prefer there to? I think the question is worded as, would you prefer that there's a good music scene, or that it's just a good place to live? If you had to choose.
Oh. Oh. You know, I I gotta say I'm spoiled living in Southern California, particularly the area that I live in, Redondo Beach. It's called the South Bay, and it is such a beautiful, supportive music community. And then I also get to be by the beach, so I get to have
You have both.
yeah, I get to have both. So I wouldn't move anywhere because I'm exactly where I would love to be.
Yeah.
The community there of musicians, help each other. They get each other gigs. They help each other with recordings or gear. We all have our own skill sets that we do, whether it's producing a show for somebody else, and it's really quite supportive. So
If you had to choose, though, if you had to move,
if I had to move, gosh, I haven't really been anywhere else to check out their. I mean, I know obviously there's like Nashville, but I don't know anybody there to say that that would be a good move or not.
yeah,
So I guess I haven't been to too many places to be able to give that kind of
just
solid
come to
feedback.
Arkansas.
Okay.
We'll start a power band.
Yes. Let's do it.
Yeah, just saying, you come here, we'll start a band. It'll be the
Christine's
greatest
a
thing
good
since
guitarist.
sliced bread.
Yes.
and she does looping,
Yeah.
so she's got you
Yeah,
covered.
I got you covered. Don't
Oh.
worry.
But thanks for the question. You could
Yeah.
always come down to the LA South Bay. I think you'd love it if if that's your thing.
It was
You know,
a great show. Again,
I've
I've seen
already
it.
got plans.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm playing in a tour in California. I'm gonna play at some other places in Anaheim now.
Yes. Yes,
and,
you
get
are.
You and Rick, get you and Rick to book me all over, and I'm just gonna have a paid.
Oh my God!
vacation,
Between the
baby.
two of us,
We
you'd
could-
have a whole like West Coast tour.
We'll get you. We'll get you.
Yeah. Oh my God, that actually would be so cool and so fun to go out there and book some gigs where we all got to play together.
That would be
Yes.
amazing.
I would love that. I'd be ecstatic about that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, another
Yeah.
question for you, Olivia. So a couple episodes ago, I think Christine had a topic she brought up about owning your stage. Like we play
Mhm.
wherever people will pay us to play.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah,
sometimes that means you have to kind of bring the pizzazz yourself.
Yeah.
What's something you do? I mean, beyond you're literally speaking into a vintage microphone right now, but like, maybe beyond that. What's something you like to do to make this stage feel like an Olivia Pucci performance?
So I recently I think it's all over now, but I mean, as far as like all over the world, people doing it are those candlelight concerts where people see, candles, and there's usually like a violin quartet and a cello or something of that sort. And I just got so completely fascinated with that look. I just think it's so beautiful, so stunning, just that attention to beauty and detail and absorption into the music. So I've invested in quite a few candles because I've been producing these candlelight concerts, but with different artists, including myself, and different configurations. But I now have 1,100 candles. So I know. I really
Wow.
wanted to make this the scene. So I have been producing these, and like the whole room is just like immersed in these electric candles, mind you. We're not burning down the house. And you just walk in, and there's like the whole entrance is like the floor is filled with candles. The whole stage, we have like shelvings that we created that has just rows and rows of candles. And so you come in and you feel like you're part of the stage as well. Like not just the artist is on stage, but you are in the stage as well. And I just love creating that environment for the audience. So I don't always get everybody that I perform for on my weekly shows in there. So I have since taken at least, I don't know, maybe 50 of those candles, and I put them around me at my regular gigs just so they can get a little piece of that experience.
That's cool.
I thought for a second there we had a Pottery Barn sponsorship we were just cooking up to, right?
That would be
Let's
lovely.
go.
Pottery Barn, if you'd like to sponsor Under Candlelight, I'm open to discussion.
I love that.
That's amazing.
That's really cool, man.
That is super cool.
Well, do we get one more
one-
question for her? It
Well,
looks like?
I got one more question, and I don't know if if you want to grab one more from the audience, if anyone has anything. But so this is we always fun with this, and I think this is the only question we've asked to all our guests, and we'll probably continue to. But like
Okay.
you play a lot of, you mentioned like a lot of R&B stuff like that. What's a song that you think is like underserved that does not get covered as much that you think hits every time? That
Oh gosh, I really love the song by Nora Jones called "Turn Me On." It's a very like bluesy song, not like a typical Nora Jones song. And when I sing that song, a lot of people don't know it, aren't familiar with it, but it just gives me the opportunity to just really kind of be like almost that sexy bluesy style that I don't do that often, but that I'll totally dive into if the song is like that. So I would say "Turn Me On" by Nora Jones.
very cool.
Nice. Yeah. I like some Nora Jones. A lot.
A lot.
I don't think I've ever covered that song, though.
Yeah,
I'm
you
trying
gotta
to think
check
of
it out.
I gotta give that a good
I
listen.
need, yeah,
It
definitely.
definitely has like
I've been on my, like I said, that Olivia Dean
yeah.
kick where I've been listening. So,
Oh, I love her.
she's vibey too.
Total vibe.
Yeah. Well, I think we don't have any more, I was about to say requests. Any
Coming
more
to you live. What is your next request, caller?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Total request live.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it looks like we're out
So-
on the chat.
So how about this? Where should people look for you? We'll be sure to put this in the episode
Right.
notes.
My Instagram is Olivia Pucci Music. That's like Gucci with a P. Olivia Pucci Music is the Instagram, as well as my website is oliviapucci.com. And if you just look up Olivia Pucci on YouTube, you'll find my channel called The Sounds of Luxury. And that's where you can find my videos for all the different places that I play and styles and band configurations.
I love that you're even the way you describe how to spell your name is got class to it. My dad always used to say it's like the Colonel but no chicken. Yours is way
Oh.
better.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. Associations. Those help keep people in their mind.
Absolutely. So anything else? I think
like my last name is DeMayo, and I'm just like like a turkey and hold the mayo. DeMayo.
DeMayo.
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
I
Well-
like it.
Sorry.
I like it. So Italian as well?
Yes, Hispanic and Italian. My
Me
mom is
too.
Hispanic. My dad is Italian. Really?
Yes, my father. So that's
Wow.
where Olivia Pucci is from. My father, Rudy Pucci, and then my mother is, Mexican American. So we are similar combos. We both got
Yeah.
that hot Latin blood.
Well,
That's right.
and I was when you were
I
describing the
know.
whole
Trust
like
me.
everyone singing all together, like that kind
Yeah,
of Mexican American thing.
yeah.
Like for me, it skipped a generation, but like
Mm.
I understand my actually the Irish side of my family had that kind of thing going on.
Oh, cool.
But the Puerto Rican side of my family, I know my grandmother on that side apparently was a performer in Puerto Rico. So
Oh,
so there is apparently some. But it broke a link. Like there, I
right.
didn't know that until I keep learning about the musicality of my family after the people in question have died. But it's there somewhere.
That's really cool. I didn't know you were
Man, I'm like
Puerto
the
Rican.
black sheep
Yeah.
of my family.
Oh, really?
Literally, nobody on my mom or dad's side plays music.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know where I came from. I just out in
Just like
left
a
field over here.
recessant gene
You
popped up.
know,
Yeah.
I think for me is, boredom really, really like
Mm.
hit, and then it's like, well, what can I do? And I watched Back to the Future when I was a kid. It was one of my favorite movies, and I
Yes.
saw Michael J. Fox
Yep.
playing
On that
Johnny B. Good,
stage.
and I had a moment. Literally, I had a moment. I was like, wow, I want to play guitar like that.
Yes.
And that's when it all started. That literally is when it all started. So
Do you do Johnny B. Good?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Yeah,
that's a
I can
beautiful
play
way
some. I
to
don't usually have it in my set, but I can do it.
turn your boredom into something of such great productivity for you.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, Olivia, thank you so much for
Yay,
spending the
thank you for
time and
having
chatting with
me.
us.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've just changed our schedule a little bit. We went to every other week, and part of that is so we can actually kind of just a little bit more like react to what's happening. And this is the best version of that, where you're just in town. Okay, let's chat.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I got 2 shows tomorrow, one on Sunday, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
This
if you're
is-
listening to the box, I guess it's probably going out after you've done. So never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna promote the shows, but that's actually pointless.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just excited to make the most of my time while I'm out here, including being part of this.
We're so glad that you decided to grace our little podcast with your presence. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's
Yeah.
been fun.
Yeah, it's so great to meet you and talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And no offense to the boys, but it's nice to have another female on the podcast. I was
Thank
like,
you.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're like a boss, that's pretty.
There's a
badass.
lot. I knew
Trying
you
to
guys
keep
would get on.
it PG.
All right. Well,
Yeah, man.
Well,
Thank
folks, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Olivia, for being here. And we're gonna, if you like what you hear, please, please, please follow us on your podcast platform of choice, or check us
Yes.
over at YouTube, Gigging Solo. You can get in on the fun, see the live chat, and also kind of see reactions to as Christine almost jumped out of her chair with the thunder.
Yeah, it's coming down out here too right now.
Oh, geez. And you can also see this awesome vintage microphone that Olivia has. That is heavy, but she actually does usually hold.
That's
Actually,
why I have such toned arms.
yeah.
Just kidding. I don't.
That's why she's just ripping out of her shirt
Right,
right
exactly.
now, man.
That's why I had to wear this shirt to cover my guns.
She want to get, in trouble with the gun show.
Exactly.
online.
Exactly. I didn't want those people staring like you have at your show.
There you go.
It's real. It's real.
I bet. I agree.
I know I'm not the only one.
No.
I know.
No.
I've had that too.
Okay, thank you.
A little bit, yeah.
And you know what? When I'm able to, I just put on my shades.
Yes.
Oh, God, the
Oh.
shades are back.
That's a good
Uh-huh.
solution, because then they don't know, where your eyes are.
You don't know if I'm looking at you,
Right.
But I know that you're looking at me.
So good.
Sorry. All right, I'm done. You know what? I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast today. And if you did, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, all the things. And I'm sure we'll be back. But I've got nothing else for everybody. And clearly the ADHD is kicking in. So I'm going to leave it to Rick to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, thank you again, everyone, for listening, watching. We appreciate comments and, of course, reviews and stuff like that. And, we're going to keep on trucking here on Gigging Solo. We hope to see you next time. Thanks again for everyone for listening. Thanks for Olivia for being here.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
We'll catch you all in the next one.
See you guys later.
Ciao.
And we're clear.
There we go. An hour and I started my watch late.
So I did too.
An
I think
hour
it's
and
probably
10 minutes?
short of an hour 20. So it's kind of like where these
Yeah.
interviews tend to be. Hopefully that wasn't too bad for your schedule.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a 16-year-old, but he's hanging out with his cousin who's 18, so they're fine. They
Yeah.
know how to entertain and feed
at
themselves.
that age, they're entertaining themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you got a new subscriber. Daniel is subscribed to you on your YouTube now.
Yay, Daniel.
Daniel is the coolest. He's a phenomenal drummer and a great hang. He keeps me sane in all the projects that we do together. I'm very grateful for him.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's the wrong
Yeah,
that's
man.
The wrong you. There's a music at the end.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Do you know who that is? Wait, is that it? Is it at?
Oh, so I don't have an actual... I don't think I actually have a YouTube handle.
Oh, it's the Sound of Luxury.
Yeah.
Man, it is pouring
Or
here
just-
right now. Like
I'll
it
just
is
look
thundering and lightning and the thunder that you heard,
Mhm.
it actually like shook my studio a little bit.
I was going to be so cheesy and be like, then it must be raining because thunder only happens when it rains.
That's my
Thunder only
warm
happens
up.
when it's raining.
That's my warm
Yeah.
up song every
Alright.
show. Actually, I literally use that as my
I
first
was
song
like,
every show.
thunder only happens. But then I was like, no,
That's
don't do it, Olivia.
funny.
Don't do it. Don't say it.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
you should have.
Ooh, you have a
You should have.
Birds of a Feather
rolled
cover.
with it.
I gotta check that out. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I was supposed to play outside tonight.
Oh,
I don't think that's gonna happen if
yeah.
it's gonna keep raining like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess. I mean, it says the rain is supposed to stop here. I think in an hour, but it's gonna be extra steamy and humid and disgusting. It's already like that right now.
Does your hair get poofy?
Oh my god, are you kidding me? I've been wearing my hair like up in this bun
Yeah.
because my hair will just go.
Right.
And yesterday I wore it because my hair is like naturally wavy, curly,
Uh-huh.
and so I just wear it curly or in the bun because if I try to straighten it, no, it's just gonna be a poof. So, there's no purpose in that.
No poof. Don't prefer the poof.
Yeah, no poof. What about you? Do you guys don't get humidity out in
Not that
California
much.
Not
like
really.
we
Not
No.
not like you guys. I mean, ours is like 20%, 30%, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
do?
I
Yeah,
grew up
ours is
in.
like 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in upstate New York, but not as bad as Arkansas, but like much closer to what you know. And then I moved out here, and I stayed here for a reason, and that reason's called humidity. I hate humidity.
Yeah,
Oh.
I if I could change one thing about Arkansas, it would literally be the humidity. Everything else I can handle.
Yeah.
I mean, and I personally, like I've lived in other areas. It's beautiful here. I mean,
Aw, that's
It is
I
really
just-
nice.
yeah. You have your
I don't
trade.
know.
You have your trade off.
yeah,
So it's
it's like
yeah.
we have such beautiful lakes and we have like hiking trails and it's just, I mean, we are called the natural state for a reason. It's
Yeah.
just beautiful out here.
Yeah.
So
So this
know.
will be probably either episode 26 or 27. I mean, I could do it either way. Christine, I don't know if you have a preference. Do you care?
I think I had to do it as 26 last time, so this will be. I need to look at the RSS feed or whatever. I had to label it because it was like,
Oh,
or even our
because
little
we did that mini
mini-episode.
episode. So it actually like.
yeah,
Oh, interesting. But whatever. This could be the next one or the one after it, I guess. Do you care or? This is
I
gonna be an
don't
easier
care.
edit for sure.
I think it's
Rick, have you not realized that I don't care a lot of the time?
I'll make
I
it.
feel bad for Rick. I was telling Christian before I got on this call, I was like, Rick is way more organized than I am. And I know I drive him crazy with like how non-committal and unorganized I am. Because he was trying to ask me, do you want to put some questions for Olivia in the thing? And I was like, I don't really have any questions I want to ask her off the top of my head. He's like, oh, you can't think of something? I was like, I mean, I'm sure I'll think of something when we start talking. And then,
Which is what happened, by the
we
way.
get here.
Yeah.
We get here and I'm like, oh, I want to ask her this. I want to ask her this.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
That was
So
perfect. I
drive
was
him
perfectly
crazy,
happy
and
to
I
let
do
that happen. I just
Right. And
Okay.
sometimes that's just how it works.
Yeah.
I think that that's how I feel about like creating set lists. I always divert from the set list because it not until you get there that you like really need to read the room, like get a feel
Yeah,
of
totally.
what's happening here and there.
that is actually one
I'm
of the
big
funny.
on that too.
That's one of the funny things, though, because I mean, as I'm playing slightly more upscale places,
Mhm.
I find the rooms harder and harder to read. Like
Mm.
because a lot of times, I don't know, like there's a place called Menlo Tavern. It's in Menlo Park
Mhm.
nearby, and like I play there, and I get so many compliments at the end of my set because I'm not too loud. I know Christine's like this is her big axe to
Yeah.
grind, and like. And I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm doing the thing. I'm glad I'm getting good reviews. But in the moment, I get nothing. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
finish the
yeah,
song
yeah.
to nothing, and I'm getting no
Right.
energy back. And so it's like
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and talk to the chat and try to like
Yeah.
stay sane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a crowd like that last night.
But you know the
It's
funny
kinda
thing,
draining.
yeah, it can be completely draining.
Mhm.
But I've found that when because I do like to go out and talk to the audience, you know, just thanking the people that
I
are
do that
there.
because of you, because your
And
advice.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, and that makes such a huge difference because a lot of times people aren't necessarily there in those type of environments, like the classier places that we get into for the music. They're there to be in their own ambiance with their own friends and such. But when you go and talk to them, they'll totally break that character down and be like, "Oh my God, that was so good. We're so sorry. We're sitting here talking. We just haven't caught up. We're catching up, or we're just here for business. But like we're listening over here and we're like jamming, but also having to have this conversation. So it's like, oh, okay, you are enjoying it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you are part of
Yeah.
it, but you're just really consumed by what you're doing, and that is kind of the case with a lot of like the more high end upscale places because people are there for their own agenda,
Yeah.
and then you're like, do you even care if I'm here?
I mean, my
Yeah.
version of that, and this is like the most like I just want to check to make sure everything is a good volume for y'all. Thank you.
Right,
So, like,
right.
That's what I do.
Yeah. I'll do that same thing,
Yep.
and it kind of breaks the like, why are you talking to me? Oh, you actually care about me. You're
Yeah.
looking out for me.
Yeah, exactly.
So then they like are like, oh, well, thank you for looking out for me. Like, no, you're wonderful, or whatever the
Yeah,
thing is.
exactly.
Feedback.
Lately, I like to get on them. All right, is everybody having a good time? Like, listen, if you're enjoying the music, my name's Christine DeMeo, blah, blah. Hey, if you're in the music, my name.
Oh, I think the internet might be dying over there in Arkansas.
Oh, the thunder.
The thunder. Hopefully not.
Thunder only happens when it's
So while we wait for Christine to
raining.
come back, let's say one of the things that you when you see the episode.
Or, like, I'll be like, make sure you
Oh, there you
drink
go.
a couple of shots, you know,
Oh,
stuff
right.
like that.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
I like to mess with my audience as much as possible. If that's when I'm bored,
Right,
usually.
right.
But
I have a friend who will literally get on the mic and be like, "Hey, you cheap bastards! This tip jar here is really empty," and like he's been able to create that persona that people don't get mad at him. They think it's funny, and so his tip jar
Oh
gets
my
like filled up
God.
because he's calling people out. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I could never do that."
I mean, there's
either
but-
Daniel does that too.
Yeah, there's people that just can get away with that, and people follow suit. They're like, "Oh, yeah, okay, here you go. Here's a 20."
Yeah, I think it's one of the important growth edges for everyone. Like when they find their own lane, is like
Yeah,
there are some
yeah,
things
yeah.
you can do that work for you.
Right.
Do not try to do all the things that work for all the other
Right,
people because
right.
you can get into so much trouble. So, like I saw a guy, because I often try to catch the acts that I book at
Oh, sure.
Half Moon Baby Ring, and he was like, "You get up, oh, Jesus, this girl's really moving," or something like that, and he had like a very like like kind of almost slightly lewd kind of effect, but it worked for him. And if I do that, I'm getting fired, and I'm never
Right,
coming
right,
back.
exactly.
Like never doing
Wow.
that ever.
No.
But for him,
Right.
Yeah.
it worked. People were with it, and I'm like, you just got to know the energy and
Right.
that you cultivate,
Right.
and you got to create safety for that. Because I mean, you try to do that without having the right.
Context and
What's-
personality.
Oh, man,
Terrible.
I
Yeah.
had that crowd that I had last night, that they were just like kind of in their own realm, and they would clap here and there after a couple of songs, and then I said, "All right, guys, let's give me my last song," and somebody goes, "No, boo," and I was like, "I'm sorry, my tip jar is looking a little
Yeah.
sick right
See, that's
now."
when you get to say it
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Like,
Yep.
needs a little help if I'm gonna stay an extra song or two. And this
Right.
one guy was like, I got you, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, God.
I had that happen last night. Actually, I was all done. I finished up, and then someone was over. Do you know any? Was it like Earth, Wind, and Fire in this? And I still don't. I still need to learn one. And then and there's like, oh, oh, you're done. I said, well, I can be not done. What do you want here? So I did a Santana song instead, and then like they tipped me, and they ended up being like a double encore or whatever. But it was like, yeah, well, sometimes
Double encore.
if people are paying for it, then I guess I'll just keep going.
Did you get off the stage and come back on too?
Well,
just like
stage
the double.
was like literally in front. No, it was someone said something in it. I don't know the word, but it's apparently the Hawaiian word for one more, something like that. It was a bunch of people visiting from Hawaii. And
How
so they were
fun.
like, it's like, that's the Hawaiian word for one more. Okay, I'll do another one. It's like, I never even got off the stage. So, but
That's
yeah,
cute.
the stage is like literally like just the entryway of this bar.
Right.
I've had people do some crazy stuff with like tipping. Like I remember I've had a guy came up. He's like, "I want you to play a Zach Brown song," and he tipped me $100. And then his buddy comes up behind him and goes, "I'll pay you $50 to not play a Zach Brown song."
no
he
way.
Put me $50 in there. And then I was like, "Well, how about I play his song since he tipped me $100, and then play something that's not Zach Brown?" And then they just got into this tipping war.
Oh my
Of where
god.
they're like, "No, don't play it, play it." And they were drunk, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, you know what? I don't care. I made like $500-600 off of these two dudes
Love
alone."
that.
That's
You know,
Love,
yeah.
love that.
It's like, but I was in this weird position of it or not play it because I don't
Right.
know.
Right. Which
I was
Zach
like,
Brown
no, I
do
gotta
you
'cause
play?
he picked- Oh, I play what's that? Chicken fried
Yeah.
and then toes in the water in the sand. I was just so whatever that one's called. It's got like Spanish in it. I speak Spanish very well.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know.
I got a
It's
request
like,
for a Spanish.
Adios and vaya con Dios. Something I'm leaving here. But yeah,
I mean, I got a
know,
request
people-
early last night for a song in Spanish, and I don't do any. I mean, outside of Feliz Navidad, which like
I was like Feliz Navidad.
that's it. That's the only one I do. I mean, I guess I could have done that kind of half ironically,
Right.
but they're like, oh no, listen to it. I'm like, I have never heard it. There's no way in hell I could do
Right.
I
Right.
couldn't even do like an English song I've never heard before.
Right.
Like
Let alone a language
Like-
don't
like,
know how
no.
to enunciate.
like
at all.
I'm a
Yeah.
failed Puerto Rican. I'm a bad Latino. I don't know Spanish. I'm sorry.
No.
I heard that. Yeah, Aaron said here on the chat that somebody tipped him $100 to let them play a guitar during a U2 song. I've had similar experience. I had this guy came up to me. Our band was playing at the casino, and he goes, "He's Will."
I think we're losing Christine. We'll see when she's back.
A
I'll let
song
her
with
know.
you and your band. And I said, okay. I was like, what you got? He goes, how about $100 a song? And I was like, that sounds great. And so she sang 4 songs with us.
Did
That
she?
does $100 every time. And I was like, this is great. And she actually was pretty good.
You're like, come
Yeah.
to
I was
every
like,
show.
hey, she can sing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she can sing the whole set with us
Right?
if she wants.
You are welcome to come to every
$500,
show.
yeah.
Oh my
Indianapolis.
goodness.
You
Yeah,
always have a
people are
stage with
wild,
us.
man.
Well, Christine, we're starting to lose
When,
you. I think your internet might be dying on you a little bit there.
Oh yeah, it is. It's the storm out here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So be safe because she's like a short walk to her house from where
Let's
she
jump
is.
off here. Hi to the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. And I guess I'll talk to you later, Rick. I'll send you this file over.
Yeah, send me the file and like I said, we'll figure out which one we want to go live. Like next Friday, we're gonna release. Probably this one. I think we've got another episode that's gonna. It's honestly, I'm afraid to edit it, which means I should edit it because the longer I wait, the worse it gets. The budget gear episode, that one's gonna be hard. But I'll make that work. But
yep.
I think
You
we.
completely lose me.
Oh, there
Almost,
you're
yeah.
back again. You're back again.
Well, so nice to meet you. I can't wait to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great meeting you too. I hope I can come out there sometime and play with both of you guys. That would be awesome.
You know where we are.
And thank you all
Yep,
to the
I'm
folks
gonna
on the
make it happen.
on the chat. We're gonna end the stream here before we disconnect because otherwise everything's gonna go crazy with the interface. But thank you all for being here. We appreciate you, and we'll see you all soon. I mean, both Christina and I are gonna be streaming later today, so we'll catch you out there, and we'll talk to you soon.